Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. One of the fallouts of the increasing rates of divorce in the 21st century is the negative effect that it's having on our youth. Women initiate 70% of divorces in the Western world, and a greater portion of marriages end up in divorce than not. One of the incentives to this is that by divorcing their husbands, women usually acquire more than half their husband's wealth, take a sole or large chunk of joint custody of any children, and obtain child support income to support the child. In some places like America, you even have to pay alimony to upkeep the lifestyle that your ex-wife was accustomed to during the marriage, even if you are earning less in the future. Feminism is empowering women today to be free to choose their destiny. But let's analyse what effect this is having on the destiny of those who don't get a choice, the children. Fathers like mothers play a key role in parenthood. Fathers should raise good girls into cooperative women and good boys into strong men who can support a family and contribute to society. For a young boy, having a strong male role model around enables him to learn and imitate from the strong masculine influence. Like osmosis, over time, the child will absorb behaviours and mannerisms from the strong male role model if he is a constant presence in the child's life. Strong men perform the masculine jobs that are an essential component to a proper functioning society. Ironically, women are the biggest beneficiaries of the fruits of masculinity, and they are suffering most from the lack of positive masculinity among men these days. Although this channel is not dedicated to women, it's arguably just as important for a girl to have a strong male role model as it is for a boy. There are so many weak men prevalent in society that women are hard pressed to find the strong man that they have evolutionarily evolved to be attracted to. This is not good. If you're a weak man, you need to cultivate your strength and honour. It's understandable why there is an extreme lack of strong men. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. G. Michael Hopf. This is also known as social cycle theory or the Strauss-Howe generational theory. Again, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. We have been living too easy for too long, and it has created an epidemic of weak men. When all these weak men take over, we will want strong men more than ever. The strong men among us will be tasked with the burden of pulling society out of the hard time that it will soon find itself in. Strong men demonstrate how to fulfill your responsibility to society. They will fight to get you out of trouble. They will demonstrate how to lead a woman and how to look after her. A strong man will not show vulnerability to those who depend on him. This one is critical. He will demonstrate honesty and how to trust people. He will demonstrate how to control his temperament. He will demonstrate how to provide for a family. He will protect you until you are old enough to do so. And a strong man will teach you the masculine part of what it means to be a man. It's a common misconception that women can be strong role models for young men. Not only is this not true, but it does more harm than neutrality. Women are the worst candidates to teach a boy how to behave as a man. He is better off learning on his own. Women and children are loved without conditions. Children are born with value, and women must preserve their value after sexual maturity. When a man reaches sexual maturity, he surrenders all his value. He must re-earn his value through his dedication to his purpose and work. He will earn his value by satisfying his masculine burden of performance and providing benefit to society. He is only considered a man if he is able to meet this requirement. In addition to this, men are considered expendable by wider society. The tragic death of a man is not considered as tragic as the same fate to a woman or child, unless that man brings significant value to society. Because women always have value, it means that they have absolutely no understanding of how male value fluctuates over a man's life, and the struggles men face as they mature. This is arguably a young man's greatest challenge, and women can't experience these masculine problems from a male perspective. They are only able to understand what they feel it is to be a man from their privileged perspective. Women are indecisive, and they need a man to lead them. It's not in a woman's nature to lead a man, even if he is their child. This is why women leading men in any circumstance is an absolute disaster, period. One notable exception to this rule is perhaps Queen Elizabeth I, 1533 to 1603. Women live in emotionality, where emotions dictate behaviour. Men are rational creatures, using facts, deductive reasoning, and experience to dictate behaviour and make decisions. This difference means that a woman cannot determine with any form of accuracy the best way to behave as a man. It will vary depending on her unexperienced impression of what she feels it is to be a man. Women are unable to use facts, logic, and experience to teach a man how to behave as a man. This results in women cultivating young men with incorrect and inaccurate beliefs, information, and behaviour, which will lead a young man astray. He is far better off learning on his own using his own rationality. This is illustrated by our epidemic of young men who are weak, pathetic weasels. Single mothers have raised most of these young men. It's dog eat dog out there in the real world, even today. And most often, women are shielded from this by men, and so women do not understand the daily problems that men face. Another reason why women can't be a strong role model is because they need to spend so much time caring for their children that they can't work the long hours required to demonstrate what it means to be dedicated to a purpose, arguably the most masculine part of what it means to be a man. Another thing that women do not bring to the table is physical presence. When a boy transitions into a man, he overpowers his mother far sooner than he could overpower his father. Fathers are integral at this time to exert physical presence until a time where he has been able to learn how to manage his behaviour. There is no way a female could ever physically restrain an out-of-control teenage boy. It is the job of the physically stronger father to be present to ensure there is control during the testosterone-fueled tantrums. Ideally, this strong masculine influence should be around until the child has transitioned into a strong man, capable of controlling his aggression. Another common misconception is that a weak man can be a role model for a young man. While it is true to some extent, young men are more likely to transition into a stronger man with positive masculine ideals when they have a strong male role model around. With a weak or nice man fostering the development of the child, he develops deficits as he reaches maturity. With a weak male role model, boys will grow into males who are scared to display their masculine traits. They may grow into males who let women dominate them. They won't learn how to be courageous. They may not fulfill their role in society. They may grow into males who get violent. And they will almost certainly grow into males who do not know how to treat a woman and are not capable of being the strong man that she needs. These males will then go on to produce low-quality children, and the cycle repeats itself. As you can see, there are many consequences of not having a strong male role model, and in the days and weeks ahead, I'm going to try and expand on some of these issues and address how you can fill in the missing components of your masculinity in order to complete the transition into becoming a strong man. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 2, I'll talk about the quintessential man. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.